So earlier today, a situation was brought to my attention as I was browsing through Twitter and I saw something that mentioned a artist who had left Twitter and pretty much left the internet altogether, and I couldn't help but scratch my head why. Especially because from what I saw, this artist had over 1 million followers. Something that this entire situation, at least from everything I've read, I have tried to piece this all together the best way I could, but I wanted to talk about this and talk about something else to go along with it that I've been kind of noticing a lot, at least online, in terms of certain communities and just, how artists get treated when all they want to do is make, art and hopefully people enjoy it. And so I'm talking about the whole Mary, I really don't know how to really cover any of this, to be honest, because it's a whole wild timeline. But it's from Mary S2. I saw this today. It said Mary S2, the Hayuka. I'm sorry if I said this wrong. I'm still waking up. The Hayuka fan artist who was steadily drawing amazing illustrations for years now have deleted all their artwork from PixIV 2 after deleting everything from their Twitter. Years of hard work have all disappeared now. And I saw that and I was like, wow. I was like, that's fucking crazy. And so then they showed just their profile, how they had everything deleted. And then this is their Twitter. And then you can sit there and see they have 1.1 million followers. And so if you try and look up their account now, it's gone. It's been snapped into the shadow realm. Thanos snapped it away into a whole nother reality where maybe it still does exist. But either way, this is something that sucks to see. You never really want to see an artist, especially one who just draws art that they enjoy, get taken off. But the thing was, I wanted to see what was actually going on. Because you typically don't get a following that big and then you just vanish unless there's something behind it. You have to be pretty pushed far away. And so I've been researching this, and if there's any lore experts, please put in the comments. I'll pin one of them or something if there's someone who can do a better recap than I can. I'm going to try and piece this all together from what I can actually find that I have put together. But here we go. This is the best explanation that I could find, and then I'll show you some screenshots that show examples of what this user is talking about. Also, just for some clarification, I don't know if Mary is a guy or a woman. I've sit there and read translations. Some people are saying she, some people are saying he. I don't know if it's a translation error, so I don't really know which one it is. I've tried to look into it, but again, I don't know if it's because of translation errors, so I don't really want to assume one way or another. I'm just going to read the text as it is on screen, so I apologize if I happen to get their gender wrong. I just wanted to make that clear before someone goes in the comments and say, oh, how could you get it wrong? It's so clear it's a guy, or oh, it's a woman. Look, I'm trying the best that I can. Please bear with me. So someone said, third time's to try, but was he getting harassed or what? And so someone replied back saying, from what I read, Mary was frequently harassed by a certain motherfucker due to only drawing Hayuka fan arts. That motherfucker accused Mary as an artist who got famous because of the series. Mary apologized, even though she did nothing wrong, but the harassment didn't stop, so she blocked the motherfucker. But the motherfucker created other accounts to continue his behavior to the point where Mary was tired because of him. So then another user replies back saying, so for one idiot, hundreds of people now have to suffer, aside from the artist, of course. And it says, man, that fucking sucks. And then, yep. And then they said about that motherfuckers laughing because they pretty much bullied an artist off Twitter and just the internet as a whole. Realistically, reading that is infuriating to read because no artist should ever have to feel that. And of course, I wasn't satisfied with just looking at that alone. I wanted to see some more information towards this situation. And so this is apparently what started the whole landslide, or at least part of what started it. But it was this tweet right here from this user, which all these accounts that you're seeing, they're all been deleted or privated. It's been a wild situation. This has been going on for a while now. I'm just only now knowing about it. But this person said, I switched Twitter fandoms like 4 times since 2013, and this motherfucker is still drawing Chitanda and Oreke. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to say, I'm butchering them. I'm not going to say them. But they were making fan arts of these characters, and then there is a community notes, or at least proposed one. And so this is something I actually didn't know myself either, but it says MF is a complimentary slang term in English speaker, but in non-English countries, it is a terrible insult and can be real, and it can really hurt the creator. Non-English speakers should be aware that this is not an insult, and English speakers should be aware that this is not really to be used towards foreigners. Now, after doing some digging through more replies and messages, I've tried to go through this for like 30 minutes to an hour now. This is kind of the summary that I was getting, is that this is used, at least MF is used as like slang towards, non-English speakers. That's kind of the what I have been capturing here. Now, whether or not the statement holds a lot of facts to it, I couldn't really tell you. I don't live in Korea. I'm not from Korea. I'm not going to pretend that I am, or that I understand the culture there or the language. So this may or may not be true, but there are actual or still real messages that were sent to Mary that can be seen, such as this one. And this user said, I've been staring at this Mary S2 thing for a while now, thinking it's funny, but as expected, people overseas are criticizing it as well. Since they are putting out far more content than the author, I can only see it as an act of blasphemy or hijacking of the work. And so from what I could piece together, this is in relation to this, saying that a Western fan, aka this person, is talking shit to Mary and talking down upon their work because they were using the MF term, or the MF. I guess is not a good word used outside of America. So, or outside of English speaking countries. So continuing down this rabbit hole, this was the next thing that I found, which is another screenshot of the situation out as it was happening in real time. And so someone was replying back saying, hey, I can't see God's illustrations anymore because of you. So what can I do for you? Also, all of these are translated. So if the English doesn't look one-to-one, or it looks like something is off, please remember that this isn't actually native English being typed here, is being translated. Someone put it through a translator, and so this is what it shows after it's been translated. And so then they said, Mary, I've always admired him for having such dedication. And so it's in reply to Mary's tweet saying, no matter how many people I block, there's no end to it. It's really persistent. If you hate me that much, you can just block me. It's okay if you hate me, but what kind of damage have I done, and what mistake have I done? And I don't know if there's more text to this, but this is where it at least ended off here. I've tried to find more to this, and I haven't been able to find anything yet. But if you do know more information, I would greatly appreciate if you could add some context in the comment section below. And so down here, you can see the tweets that were sent to Mary. You can sit there and see this is all from one user in particular, which is actually unhinged. This is really unhinged behavior. And they say, I got tired of looking at your previous illustrations. Don't make your next creation your personal property. Middle fingers and then the yuck emote. They say he wants money. Who trusts him and money? Next one, I've been staring at this Mary S2 for a while, thinking it's funny, and then we already read that one. Another one, why did you block him? You criminals, don't go away, you scum. I'm not going to read the rest of this. It's just really awful, disgusting text that I just don't even want to read, but you just sit there and see it on screen. But yeah, it's right there. But yeah, it's honestly just one user that was really being a douchebag from what I can gather. But the thing is, it just piled on. And then going back through this thread, I've tried to see if I can find any links at all that can find any more information that can piece the story together, but I unfortunately can't. It's really sad to just see this whole situation as a whole, and it really sucks that one fucking douchebag was so dedicated enough to push one person to the point where they want to deactivate their account and just remove all their art completely. And the worst part is this douchebag who was harassing Mary decided to make their account private so that no one could bother them. They have no problem harassing a user, talking shit to them all day, just continuously sending stuff. But the second it's sent their way, they can't take the heat no more. So after doing some more digging, I came across a little bit more information. Whether or not any of this has any merit or weight to it, I couldn't tell you, but there is a whole Wikipedia page that is dedicated towards this, at least on the Korean side of the internet, or from what I'm being referred to as is like the Korean Wikipedia. I don't know again how much validation there is to this information, but I will at least show it real quick on screen, which is this right here, which goes over the entire situation with Mary, and since they've been on the internet, or at least when they've been had their accounts public, and it's just going over all the incidents that Mary has been a part of. And it seems like it's been pretty lengthy. I've talked to some friends who could actually read and understand this, and it seems like the final straw was them on PixIV, that they were being harassed there as well too, and they kind of just said, fuck all this, I don't want to do this no more, and they just took it all down. That's the gist that I've been told. But just as with anything on the internet, this is a Wikipedia. This is a place that can be altered, information can be changed. It could be true, it might not be true. It's hard to really understand unless you were there watching all this in real time. This is just pretty much a collection, and because Google Translate to Korean isn't exactly one-to-one, it's going to be kind of hard to really understand this unless you actually speak the language natively or you actually know how to speak it. So take this all for a grain of salt. do your research. If you want to know more, I'll at least put a link of this in the description below if you want to read for yourself. But I figured I would at least include this if you do want to know some more information. But yeah, no artist should ever be bullied or harassed off the internet. It's fucked up. That's literally fucked up. It's actually disgusting to see this. And the thing is, this isn't like brand new. It happens to a lot of artists, and I see it happen all the time, especially in different communities. I recently saw one. I don't want to sit there and give out complete details because don't want to sit there and, you know, start doxing these creators or these artists that have had to deal with this, and I don't want to bring more attention to it than it deserves. But recently there was an artist that drew a character from a piece of media, and there's a lot of people that ended up harassing the artist and sitting there berating them for how they drew the character, even though this is literally what the character design is, and it's how they are portrayed. And they did nothing wrong. They were literally just drawing fan art for this type of media. And so they were sitting there being harassed and bullied, and then they had to sit there and make replies, and then they were apologizing. They kept trying to sit there and appease the people who were harassing them and just talking shit to them. And of course they didn't win. No one ever was sitting there satisfied, because you can't satisfy people who are out to literally just make you feel like shit. But it's just so wild to sit there and see people be targeted like this and be harassed. Most artists just want to make art and share with the world and hope that people enjoy it, not be bothered, harassed, bullied, be followed all across the internet realm, being targeted and harassed. None of them want that. They just want people to enjoy their works and nothing more. And then before I end this video, I just want to highlight one of the stupidest responses that I saw on this. This is actually the brain rot take. This user said, "This is actually the artist's fault. Do not ever give an inch against those people." Bro, what the fuck are you talking about? You act like that artists haven't tried to deal with this. You act like that they got one bad insult and they say, "Oh, time to pack it up." This has been going on for so long. This isn't something that just happened overnight. You can sit there and do so much as an artist, or just even as a content creator, or anything in general. And if you get harassed so much, eventually you're going to reach a breaking point. You can only block people so many times. You can only mute people so many times. You can only do so many safety measures to protect yourself from being bullied and being targeted by people, that eventually you're just going to throw your hands up in the air and say, "Fuck this. I don't want to do this no more." And that's what happened with Mary. They couldn't take it no more. They got tired of it. You can't sit there and blame an artist for being pushed to the brink, being harassed, being bullied for something that shouldn't even happen to begin with. People shouldn't be pieces of shit. As simple as that. That is not the artist's fault. You're an absolute moron to even have that type of take. Holy fuck. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. Video gone on long enough. I just want to talk about this because it's very sad to see, and I just want to bring some awareness to this and speak on the actual topic of artists being bullied and harassed online. And that's never okay. I really don't know why anyone would think that this is acceptable behavior, because it's not. It's genuinely not. It's just fucked up behavior, and it's people that really, it leaves me speechless at the type of shit that some people will sit there and say and send to people like this. Anyways, I'm going to leave it here. You made this far into the video. Consider giving a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord if you haven't yet. Have a great day. Yeah.